Hi everybody. I am working in my kitchen. About a year ago I started painting my own cabinets and trying to add a custom touch to them by adding 5 little pie air hole vents on the top of each cabinet door. And after putting a tile border on the backsplash on one side of the kitchen, I needed to give that a little bit of a rest because I just felt like I was overwhelmed. And then one day I looked at the cabinet under the sink because I had to take those cabinet doors out and change them and replace them because they were really old. And I thought, I took off the doors and I liked that the doors were not under the sink. So today I'm going full cottagecore with an under the sink skirt. I just want to soften this area. Everything is door, 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 tile, tile, tile. And then there's something about this, I don't know what they did, but it looks like they patched something, but there's a big piece of wood here. And I thought that it would be nice to reintroduce the tile pattern that I used on the other side of the kitchen behind me, where I used a scalloped pattern. Here's just a scrap piece of tile so I can show you what I mean. Put the tile under here where a little bit of the scallop edge will be exposed beyond the threshold piece here. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. You get the idea. And I really liked this fabric print. And it's sort of like a vintage print of trees. And there's something really beautiful about it, and it won't show a lot of dirt. Just using some thumbtacks to hold it up temporarily so I can see if this is the way we want to go. I like this scallop edge. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I need to sand this so I can put the tile up, and I want to start peeling off the paint. So let me remove the drawers as well. There are multiple layers of old paint to be removed, so I'm going to use my heat gun, a little bit of paint remover, and my spackle knife. Up pretty well. With a little bit of sanding, I'm ready to install my tiles. So I'm going to take my tile and we're going to cut it so it's about 5 inches here from the curve. I'm just going to use this as my master template. Now, if you're new to tiling and you don't want to invest in a lot of equipment, you can always rent equipment from Home Depot. They have a really good tile cutter that is super easy to use. Okay. Okay, full disclosure, this is only my second time doing tiling, so I'm still a novice. Okay, I know it's unusual to use an immersion blender for blending your mortar, but it's a really old blender that I was kind of using for crafts. Since I'm installing the tile directly onto wood, my contractor friend said I can use something like a Caraflex Plus. It's a mortar with a little bit more flexibility, so if the wood kind of shifts and swells, that the tiles will still adhere. I have to say that it mixed my mortar quite well. You have to mix it for 3 minutes and then let it sit for 5 minutes. So we're ready to go. Okay, so you want to be able to have the mortar thick enough so that when you put it upside down that it won't drip. So I think we're there. All right, I'm going in. let the mortar dry for a good 24 hours. I am going to add a couple of decorative pie vent holes on the top of my cabinet to match the kitchen cabinets I did on the other side. Simple 1-inch saw hole. I have created quite a mess here, but I haven't sanded the door yet, but I wanted to do a dry fit and see if everything was fine, and I think it's gonna look really cute. And I'm gonna prime and paint this and then attach everything. I'm going to hang my curtain using a little cafe tension rod. I have a total of 12. Rings that I need. When I found this fabric, I think a lot of people use this fabric, but it's a classic. It's actually these beautiful trees. There's something really beautiful about it, and I like the weight of it. I prefer to have it hanging from a curtain ring because it's just really easy to open and close. I wanted to have some bit of pleating. Now, my problem was I didn't have that much width of fabric, so I couldn't do the intense pleating that I wanted to. And what I did was I used something called pleat tape, and pleat tape is just something that you sew onto the top of your curtain panel, and then you insert these metal pleat hooks. I'm just going to use 2 prongs. So here is the, let me show you this way. Here is the tape. So I'm going to use the second tong in the first pocket and the third one in the next pocket. So that's just going to create a double on this side. Let me see. So that'll create just like this nice little pleat. I know, I guess I'm on late to the pleat tape club, but I really love it. Okay, so then I skip one. My pattern is I skip one pocket and I go to the next pocket. So I skipped one pocket and then I go to the next one. I'm putting the second tong in there, and then it's going to be this one here. So I'm using number 2 and number 3. I'm putting that in here and just put it all the way in, and then you're going to create your second pleat on the other side. Isn't that cute? Well, my Undersink skirt is ready to hang, and I am ready to lean into my kitchen Cottagecore mini makeover. Let's take a look. I really love the scallop edged threshold above the curtain. It kind of gives it a finished look, something a little unique, and it is a great way to use up leftover tile for my other project. The next phase is to replace the countertop tiles, and I'm still not sure how to do that or what I'm going to do up there, but just use your imagination because it's not going to be white. Well, that's it for Nutshell Living. Thank you so much for visiting me here in my little Cottagecore kitchen, and I'll see you next week for a little bit more small space tips and tricks. Bye.